last few days. There's not a lot of tables. There are just two NL200 tables, but there's a lot of NL100 tables. We're gonna add them until we get some action on NL200. Here I click the tables. Another monitor I have also like 4 or 5 tables. So when the place is ready, we're gonna come in and start to play. If you have any questions, now it's time to ask. Maybe to show some hands or anything you would like. Maybe we are just starting too soon, so we don't have any action. Because last 3 days, like there were no tables at 10 o'clock, but like after half an hour, like all the tables are here. Just to quickly move Skype to the another. Okay, we're gonna call here. He double barrels. We don't have stats here. I'm gonna call here. I think it's hard because you don't see his double barrel and triple barrel range. I think we have a lot of 7-8 type of hand, 8-9. Okay, but he should, I think, be value betting here like I don't think that he's betting like pocket tens or pocket jacks in this spot. And if he's betting flush, he would need to use bigger size. So I'm gonna call here. Okay, he's double barreling pocket eights and he got the straight on the river. Okay. Interesting. I didn't have any stats, but by the pure logic, when he like bets the turn, he uses big size twice, and he's now betting. Okay, we got the table here, and he's betting the river like wrapping. Okay, I didn't. I didn't expect this, and like hand that has sense is 8-9, but he only has like suited versions of that and ace 8 suited. Like that's only 8 decks that he can have. Pocket eights I don't know. Okay, but I didn't expect that. We can see now his double barrel range, and I mean now we can see like his double barreling middle pair, so twice top pairs, low top pairs. Okay, but his river value bet is like without any bluffs. And if we now had a pop-up table, if we had like pop-up table now, pop-up about river bet, we could save like money here. We could click here and see when he's betting in position. After betting turn, he's like stronger than average a lot, and we can see out in position like, well, it's not bluffs, so it's only strong hands, no bluffs. So we could save there. We could save their money. Okay. He's opening 45%, c-betting 60%. We can call here. It's really high c-bet out of position with this, so we're gonna raise the c-bet, and he c-bets against the hero 100%. We're gonna see the check fold here. He check calls half. Check folds, he doesn't check raise a lot, and his check raise is really strong. Okay, we're gonna bet here. We're gonna bet half of the pot here. I mean, against this player we need to like raise c-bet a lot. On this type of board he needs to have like c-bet around 40% in this board, and I think that we can be pretty sure that he has like over 60%, and our adjustment should be raised a lot in that spot. Okay, I'm gonna check here. We can play a little bit of heads up also. We can he folds a lot on delay c-bet, so I'm gonna delay c-bet it. Okay, let's see the range that he's calling delay c-bets with. We're gonna see the range of the calling. So he's like middle pairing, bottom pair, but he calls really rarely. So okay, we're gonna 3-bet. We're gonna use a smaller size. We're gonna use a heads up. Okay, here. But unfortunately, nothing. So I'm gonna leave the table, and I'm gonna try to get another table. We need 2 more tables now. I'm gonna fold against 4x here. Thanks chain. I'm gonna try to get him tonight. Let's go. Let's see just if there is an action. No, it's not. There is no action. We can see on Super Sport action. There is no action on Super Sport also. Okay. We can talk, we can talk like about stuff about regarding poker. If you have any questions, if you have got any question about the program, if you have any question about the program, we can talk about it now because we don't have a lot of action. If you're interested of some like pop-up, some spots, you can tell me. We can like if you are interested of some hands that I play last few days and you wanna talk about it now, we can talk about that. Basically, we can talk about anything now, in whatever you like, about life, about everything, because you don't have an action now. This guy's a fish, and we're gonna check here. We don't, against the fish, I usually don't c-bet 1/3 of the pot. He folds delay c-bet a lot, and then when he calls delay c-bet, he doesn't fold on the river. I think we can bet just exploit that thing that he's folding a lot and just bet. And if he's calling, we would like to see what type of the hands he calls and check calls the river. Let's see his delay c-bet calling range, which we see that is like that he rarely call. Okay, he like calling top pairs, middle pairs, top pairs that got on the turn. Okay, so when he calls, he's like probably having, he either hit the top pair on the turn or he hit the pair on the turn and he's not folding on the river. So against this type of player, we're gonna like step once and we're gonna have a like overbet range when he called delay c-bets. It's like really good to have overbet range to put like the top pairs in tougher spot. But this guy would probably like call every time. No matter what you rep, he would like call. Okay, if we get like 4 tables, I will be happy. Just let's play 4 tables and I'm happy. I'm trying to get it on the other monitor just to see maybe NL 100 opened, some table maybe. Okay, I don't see. Okay, we can bet, we can check here. He's like 80% of hands here. We can like bet, but he steps a lot also, so we can check. I'm gonna try to find another table. Okay, that's that. It's really annoying that there is no tables, because like yesterday when we stopped playing, there were like, there were like 12-13 tables. So people, if you want to know something about the program, you want to like talk about some specific pop-up, now is the time. You can tell me what from now what you see, which pop-up do you like, which pop-up you would like to see in more details. I mean that multi-way pop-up is pretty interesting. Maybe you would wanted to see more about that pop-up. I think it's also let's see how much he folds on when. Okay, I think we can trip it here. He opens normally what 22%. Okay, he folds. I mean, I'm gonna trip it. He folds a lot, and he folds a lot on c-bet, so he's not floating c-bets without anything. So, okay, we got a cold call of the triplet. We are constantly seeing cold call of the triplet. This guy like doesn't cold call triplet. Usually, if we have like backdoors here, I would bet. But we got two players. We are out of position. I didn't play today. I'm really glad we gave up here. I didn't play today. I just came home. I was on the birthday of my wife's cousin, and I just came home, hoping we will be playing like many tables and have many action. I played yesterday on Supersport after we finished session, and that's it. There are tables, but nothing, just NL100, and I just can't come with the tables. Okay, I don't like this. He donks. Let's see his donking range out of position. Middle pairs, nothing. I mean, top pairs, middle pairs. Very interesting here to see like he's continuing on the turn. Donk flop and bet turn. Donk flop, bet check fold. I think now when I see the stats, we can like float that we have a gut shot. It's so we should call there, and like when he gives up often, so I think we should call there. Regarding, I mean it's really hard because the flop here is like King X, and I know that we're not gonna make him fold King X. But I think also that he probably has some other weaker hands, and this is like I don't. This is like gross. This is like, I mean, I think this guy is a fish, and I don't like to flip with a fish. You can tell me what you think. Would you flip with the fish or not? Okay, big blind versus button and cutoff. 6% and size is 16%. I'm gonna 4-bet it and get it in, especially against this size. He only has like 16% against early and middle position, so if size is bigger, I'm gonna 4-bet more aggressively and call a little bit less. Okay, we don't have stats here, we're gonna bet 1/3, okay. We can 4-bet even now. I think it's close. Check here. Gonna call there. Trying to get the tables, to get some tables. Okay. We're gonna overbet here. $23. We're basically betting 9x here. And when fish like calls in this spot and both of the flush draw is missed, I want a bluff here. If the diamonds got there, I would bluff for sure. If like 10 got there or stuff like that, I would also bluff. It would be really, oh, I mean, he's not folding king 7. But I think we have like a really good situation. I mean, we are fortunate now that that flush didn't hit. But for example, if the diamond hit, we have a pretty cool bluff here. And I would bluff like if the river was 5, 10, or something that completes our bluff range. But in this spot, like everything is like missed. And in that spot I will just give up, because I don't think that the fish will fold. Hello Magic Orange. Okay, just to see here, his check fold, check fold, check call, check fold, check call, check fold 60%. I think it's pretty high. We can bet twice here. And we bet 1/3, so his range is like more wider. We can see with what type of the hand he's check calling with. Okay, middle pairs, top pairs. Okay, so he probably has queen x in his range here. Queen jack, king queen, probably without spades, some with spade. I think it's okay. We're gonna bet twice, and we're gonna see how much he folds when he check call, check fold. We don't have that stats, but I think we can fold. I mean, he folds really a lot, so we can fold some better hands than we have, and we have like some equity. Chen, you're asking me, do I ever call 3-bet? And there is a merit to that exploitability. I think that cold calling 3-bets is a losing play. Even if the fish is in the pot, I think it's not important, because when you call 3-bet, to be good at that, you will need to balance aces, kings, ace, king there, and it's so much easier to play more aggressively and have like more like cold 4-bet range, and you can put like every hand you want to play, you could put in cold 4-bet range. I think it's much easier to play that way, and you are playing with initiative. You are like playing aggressively. You are keeping them like you are playing polarized range, and you are keeping them at some type of the merge range in that spot. So for me, it's like much better always when you choose about action, which one is passive action and other is aggressive. I would always choose aggressive one. NoteCaddy, I will just read the question carefully and try to answer. I didn't understand it like when I just looked at the chat, so I'm gonna take the time and read the question. Okay, we're gonna go to the 3-bet pop-up here. He doesn't fold a lot. I see he called here. Okay, he floated ace-x here, ace-king, really very strong hand. He also had ace-king in his calling range, which is like pretty sick. Okay, I'm gonna check here. We are big blind versus button, so we have like some ace-jack also in our calling range, and I think we can't like c-bet 100% here, because we have like much less ace-x than he should have. Okay, I think that I'm going to just bet the river here if I have an opportunity. I don't know how much he steps. I mean, he could probably check ace high, ace x behind here, but I think that he will not show us now the strength of his hand. And if I'm like betting here, I don't like to give up on the river, because if he has like pocket sevens with the diamond, he will call. So if I'm betting here, I'm betting twice probably, and I decided, because I don't have any information on him, to check and like bluff on the river. Okay, I'll just NoteCaddy donk and fold to raise 100% for Ramsey. Okay, did you not see that, Mark? I didn't see that. I didn't see that. Thank you for telling me. I will go now and see. Step here. Donk flop, and fold to raise 100%. So I didn't see that, but seeing now, we have like pretty easy raise, and I didn't see it, and I didn't make that play, so I made a mistake. Thank you for telling me that. I usually like didn't even like didn't like go through this pop-up, because like only fish do this, so I just didn't even go through it. But I mean, we can see valuable information here. Okay, we're gonna 3-bet here. I'm gonna bet here. Size should be like 66% in this spot, so I'm gonna have bigger size. And the problem is we don't know anything about him. We don't know if he's gonna call here like pocket deuces, pocket threes, and stuff like that. Okay, I'm gonna fold now. When he raised, okay, ace king is a bet here. Again, on this board is 66% of the pot. Okay, even 80% is okay on 10x. Okay, and this guy calls. I see that he doesn't fold a lot on in position, and I would like to see now 3 flush hits and how much he folds when the flush hitted. I see that he doesn't step a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna check here, and I'm gonna bet the river. I think that he will like check 10x here a lot, and I don't see that he has many queen x here. I think we can bet now. The question here is, do we want to rep queen x here? I think we can bet like jacks here in this spot, so I'm gonna use bigger size here. We can check, we even have some like flushes here, so I think it's okay. And he's like probably weak when he check behind. Okay, Magic Orange, you are asking me about schedule of streaming. I mean, I told like every day in the same time. It's reasonable. Okay, I'm gonna bet here 1/3. Let's see his fold. I mean, he folds a lot more out of position. His check call range. Okay, we don't see any floats. This is like he'll have like pair plus draw here, and he doesn't call like middle like low pocket pairs here, and he folds really a lot here. So I would like to bluff with this, but I'm gonna bluff with this hand. I mean, he'll have like jack x, jack 10, 9-10, 9-10, king 10, and stuff like that, and he folds a lot on the river. And this is tough. King queen. I don't think even that he has like queen jack off in this spot. I mean, I will follow through, but I'm not too excited here. Okay, I lost the bank here. No problem. bet the normal size here. Okay. Magic Orange are asking me about the tournaments HUD. I think that cash HUD and tournament HUD just can't be the same. It should be like really different. And I'm also interested what would Chain. I mean, Chain is here like Chain plays tournament really well. He has like really good results in MTTs. I know that because he had a blog on Creation Forum. So he can maybe tell you much better than I can about what the HUD needs to have and stuff like that. I think that this HUD cannot be translated to the tournament game. In tournaments, you have like much more. Okay, this is interesting. He's check calling. I mean, again, he has middle pairs. I mean, he folds a lot. Check call, check folds a lot. I'm gonna bet once more. Even I think we won't have much of the success here. Okay. But we see like that he's folding a lot, so I'm gonna bet again. I'm gonna check raise here. I mean, I'm gonna bet here. Okay, and we're gonna call here. This guy don't. I just knew that he won't fold on the. I just had a feeling that he won't fold on the river. Again, this guy steps, but he's like some kind of the regular, and he likes stepping. I don't think that he has like ace queen or stuff like that, and I don't think that he should ever step this flop. But I see that he likes to play some weird stuff. So when I see that somebody steps 5% and bet and steps on the and donks on the board, that he shouldn't ever do that. And when I see hands like when we see hands like set, I mean it's starting an alarm in my opinion. So I'm gonna fold like that weak hand. I'm looking for other tables. Nothing yet. I will also tell you something. I love to play MTTs also. I don't have like much of the result in MTTs, but I just like to play them. And I was like also thinking about some of the MTTs challenge. I would be really happy to like make that challenge also. And this is the problem when you play like without knowing what type of the player you play and you don't have any stats. I have one more table, but I'm gonna leave it for now. It's a 100 table, but it's full table, but we got the full table also here. Okay, but now I see that the action will fall apart here, so I'm gonna quickly try to add the table. Okay, one NL200 table just started. We're gonna try to get it at that. Okay, I'm gonna fold here. I just love when I 3-bet and they like 4-bet me 3x. It's so cool. I would like also to see which type of the hand he had when he called us 3 times. Did he had 10x there? I'm really interested to see that. He had ace7 and he called. I mean, we were aggressive to him a few times and he called. Okay, I mean I think it's okay call. Okay, I mean ace-10 is standard call. Okay, I'm gonna check here because I don't know anything about him. Okay, I'm gonna fold here. Just trying to get in the... Okay, at least we have like an 100 table here, and he bet check bets here. Does he like betting jacks here, nines here, or he's just wrapping a queen that he hit? And what type of range he has? I mean, all that is important we need to call some ace highs here when in heads up where the range is so wide. Okay, but I think like better call is ace 4 than ace 10. So okay, as soon as we get to the NL 200 or 400, I'm gonna come it into that table. Okay, we're gonna leave here just to get rid of that table. Okay, we are here. Chen, you are talking about MTTs. Yes, but MTTs, like I think that cash players have really advantage on the MTT players, especially when the games get a little bit deeper. So I was also asking, is the reason why are you now interested in cash to improve your MTT game? That is what came to my mind, and I think it's really good start. You can like improve a lot through cash and transfer that to MTTs. I'm thinking over here, this guy squeezed. If we have like value something bet here, value protection bet, we have open ender. We don't know anything about the players, but I won't bet the river here. I will check it. And this is like absurd. Like what he's repping now? 4x. Guy who folds on the 3-bet 67%. He's repping and okay. He have a quads here. I mean, line doesn't have sense to me at all. It just doesn't have sense to me at all. What occur me, I mean, he's not like betting pocket 6 here pocket 7s. Is he like maybe calling with and I don't know anything about him, but like he's repping 4x and he doesn't have 4x at his range. Maybe S4 suited and that's it. But he had quads. Okay. It's nice to get quads and I call with nothing. Chain, I agree with you what you're saying about entities. And I know you gotta play them really a lot to have some results that are like that have some merit. You need to play really a lot. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna call here with Queen 8. Gonna trade it here. I mean, this is my standard floats, but it's hard when you don't have stats. For example, if we now know what he's double barreling here, that we could like play a little bit different, but now I think I need to fold. In this spot we also want to like see bet 100% of the range, because our range doesn't have like ace 10 off, ace jack off, stuff like that. We have like ace queen, ace king, we have queens, jacks, nines, and when we just look at our range, it doesn't it just isn't 100% c-bet. We can check here with 10 jack. Okay, let's see his like check behind check behind type of hands, and we see here that this guy like checked jack 8, checked top pair. We're not gonna delay c-bet here, we're gonna check again, and let's see like he's tapping on the turn. Okay, usually when he triple checks he folds a lot. When he's in position he's like calling some of the time. I think I'm gonna block bet here, it's okay. Okay, s10 is an open. Still no action. Okay, I'm gonna see. Okay, we got one NL200 table, but it's not, still the position isn't open. Okay, I'm gonna bet 1/3 here. We're gonna raise here. I mean, it seems like everybody's donking on me today. Like third time somebody donks. Okay. Okay. Will the play be like call and shove on the river? I feel like that's the line we're gonna get today. No. Okay, then we're gonna shove here. I just felt we're gonna see that line again. I wouldn't fold, of course. Here, think we can check. Again, this guy is opening, we're calling. He had a6, he didn't bluff with a6, and he steps river 43%, okay. Okay, we're gonna call here. I'm gonna call again here. And I'm gonna bet the river here. Okay. Pot is okay. You can double barrel us every time. And also chain, I think maybe in a couple of months or maybe a year from now, I have an idea about making like really good MTT HUD with definitions and stuff like that, with like graphs, definitions, and stuff that can help you like in not just like shove reshove spots, but like in game, like in that can help you like in early phase of the where you play a little bit deeper, and in all other phases of the tournaments. So if there will be like I'm gonna call here, if the people are interested, we were like thinking about making that HUD. So if there will be interest, we can do that also. Like we are against cold forbet here, and he like uses 3 and something X, and I don't like anything about this. I'm gonna fold here. I'm gonna call here. It feels like ace king, and this guy check raises like really big. Check raises flop. Okay, top pair plus. Okay, I'm gonna fold here. I mean, just by the size, I'm feeling ace king from my experience. So that's the reason why I called here. And I didn't shove, because if it's much I mean, if he doesn't hit ace or king, it's if he doesn't have many equity, then that's the reason why I called. And again, we don't have informations, but that's just my experience when weaker players use such a big size. They probably had like ace king there. Okay. Magic Orange, you are telling me that you would like to see how I play heads up and how I use heads up hand. I will play heads up and just play heads up. It's for me much easier when I just play heads up than like mixing the game. So I'm gonna just play when I play heads up. I will just play heads up, and if you want, we can like make that stream also. I'm gonna like make orbit here. Okay. This guy opens, we are calling. I'm gonna fold here. And he's like betting the pot here. He's betting the pot, has like no equity hands, so we are not going anywhere here. He has 24% of the hands, and he doesn't double barrel a lot. Okay, I'm gonna check here. Thanks, Shna. Thank you very much. Okay, this guy's calling, I mean, really tight, but we see king, queen 9. I assume that he has 7-8 in his range. Okay, we're gonna bet here 1/3 of the pot with most of our range. Let's see how he reacts on 3 bets. He doesn't fold on this size at all. Okay, so we are expecting this. And generally against this type of player, I wanna bet aggressively, because this guy will like call pocket deuces here, pocket threes. He gonna call everything. We're gonna raise now because NoteCaddy told us that this guy folds, so he's probably not stabbing here with ace. So we're gonna raise a little bit smaller here. Okay, 3 bet here, and that I should done with also with that hand that I folded, because I didn't look at the pop-up. And I mean, this pop-up is also really good, but I just don't see good players have like donk range, donk and bet range, donk and bet range in 3-bet pots. I mean, this is absurd for 3-bet pots. I don't know. I mean, I just didn't look at that pop-up at all. But it seems like even like today, like we did get like 3-4 times that people donk on us. So I think that pop-up can be useful, which is like unbelievable. Okay, we're gonna fold here. I'm gonna try to see if there's an action on Super Sport. If there will be action on Super Sport, we'll also play. Okay, we are calling with Queen 6 against 33%, but it's only 42 hands, so we don't know. Magic Orange, I wanted to tell you, I really like to play heads up. but when I play heads up, I would just like play heads up. I don't like even mixing. I try like last few months mixing cache with entities, and like that's not working also good for me. When I play entities, when I just play entities, I feel like I play really good. But when I mix it with cache, I'm not so concentrated. I don't track the players playing, and that's also when I play heads up. I would like play really bad six max. So one time, if the people would like to see, we can like make just heads up day. And also what I was trying to give suggestions to make a heads up challenge also. I'm interested in that also, maybe on stars. Big blind versus button here, really tight range. Big blind versus cutoff, really tight range. I mean, this is usually call for me, but I mean, this guy looks like such a nit on 300 hands. We're gonna check behind. Okay, his delay c-betting, we are of course calling here. We're gonna see his delay c-bet range. It's also important to know. He doesn't have no bluffs in his delay c-bet range. Okay, that's I mean here I don't see he's having like only king queen suited, and also like kings. That's like turn that help him. I don't see any value because against such a tight range, I don't see value in betting the river. Did he have like jacks or tens now? Does he even have tens in his range? Okay, he had tens. Then there is a value in bet, but I just didn't see on the turn why. I mean, okay, he's like betting, but if he's betting on the turn tens, he must bet them on the river. There's just no sense about betting the turn, because I'm gonna call with queen with king, and I mean, if he's betting the turn, he need to bluff with tens. So when he like checked the river, I didn't even expect to see that type of the hand. Here I don't think that he has like many 6x. Logically, he should like step 6x here. Maybe we can go for a small size here. Maybe induce raise. I think block bet is also really good here. I'm not falling to raise because I don't believe that he has like 6x. He can have like ace highs, maybe turn it into bluff, so okay. So NoteCaddy, you're thinking that there are balanced donking ranges, that something like that exists in the world. There is just no, for me, there is just no like chance that you can balance like donk range. I don't know, because in most of the boards when you are calling, you are not equity favorite, so how can you then like donk and play aggressively? And okay, if we assume that you are like really good and you can like do it, then what is about your check range? Yes, too bad that he's left. It would be, I mean, much better game at the table. Okay, folding here. I'm hoping to see tables filling, but still not. But not still. Okay. Here I just write some notes about players, so I'm seeing them to remember who I'm playing with. And this badge fold versus raise, I didn't talk about it. It's also really good. I mean that all badges are pretty useful if you are like taking attention on them. I think that you should like really try to use as many badges you see, because they are, all of them are telling you some part of the game that isn't good. Okay, from someone. Okay, I see here he's like check folding really really a lot. I'm gonna use smaller size here. I would also like wanted to know his delay c-bet stats. Are they really high? They are really high. And I know this guy, when he calls, when he check fold, when he doesn't check fold on the flop, he doesn't usually fold at all. So I'm gonna go for overbet here. And I told you yesterday that this type of the player we will like have when we are playing against his check range, we're gonna make overbet range. Because for example, if we are betting here like half of the pot, 3/4 of the pot, he's like calling with ace high, and that is something I won't let him do. So I'm gonna like have an overbet step range. Okay, here's like big blind versus button, cut of 40%. Okay. Okay. 9x that he has is probably ace 9 and king 9. Does he check raises them? That's the question also. He doesn't check raise a lot, and it's all bluffs. We see here by the strength, so he probably calls with 9x. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get back at that. I'm thinking here, can we like shove here? I'm gonna see his step of the river. And he's never betting a pot. Okay. I'm just calling because I saw that he never bets the pot when he steps, so I was like pretty sure he's bluffing. But if he's like really betting here with like sixes or fives, I think it's like really good to shove here. Especially when I saw that he doesn't use, when with the good hands, he doesn't use a big size. He used like half of the pot and stuff like that. But I also thought that we are good with ace high, so that's why I called just, and I didn't raise it because I didn't thought that he would like play ace high like this. Okay, gonna check here. And again, we don't have info, no data, and we are playing against the call range. Ace jack is a call here. Tens are a call. Just want to see his range. Small blind versus early middle position. Small blind versus early position 5%. He check folds a lot. Okay, we're gonna step with small size, and we're gonna see his. This turn is usually not good when the line goes like this. Okay, we're gonna see his check fold here. Oh no, we don't have a data, but when he checks like this board, I think we can bet. We're gonna see 4-bet. I mean, I'm gonna fold here because I see that his range is like weak, and he probably calls all his highs here. I'm gonna call here with this, and this is really interesting here. Will we like bluff here with ace jack? Okay. Will we bluff here? I think that we'll have much worse hand, and I think we can win here without bluffing, so I'm gonna check. But I mean, it's it's pretty close. I think that we have like really good hand to check, but also, I mean, I don't know much about him. I see like 24%, so that's the reason I'm not bluffing, but maybe his ace jack is too strong to bluff. I think that ace jack probably is too strong to bluff here. Okay, we are delay c-betting here. You're gonna see, we don't have here, but we have here stab flop in the 3-bet pot. We're gonna see what type of hands he's stabbing with. Okay, he doesn't stab at all. 30% versus hero, he never stab. Stab and fold to check raise a lot. So this telling me like he's stabbing bluff heavier range than usual. And he's probably have like better check range. Okay. I know that this player likes to call with like pocket pair here, so I'm gonna call because he's like calling pocket fours, pocket five, pocket six and stuff like that. That's the reason I'm gonna call here. Okay, he had queen jack. I see that from what I saw, his delay c-bet call range is like pretty awful, and I know he's gonna have like much more. He's gonna call like pocket fours, pocket twos. He's gonna call everything. He's gonna call like 10-9, and he. Okay, I didn't. Okay. I think we must here go to bet check bet line, and he folds a lot, so it's okay. Okay. Okay, bet here. This is fold. Okay. I'm betting here. Okay, I'm gonna bet like this. We don't have stats, but he can have like king x here. He can have like even pairs here, so I think. And we are again facing the raise here. And now it would be like nice to know. I don't see many flushes in his range. We block check 10. But I don't have stats, but I would like really gladly shove here. Okay. I'm gonna fold here. Let's see if there are tables. Okay, well, nothing still. I'm waiting. And put the two tables on the left monitor. Okay. I mean, it's pretty hard for me to play in NL100 because I don't have any much hand for most of the players, so I'm playing blindly against most of them. But okay, we're gonna try to do what we can do. We must work with what we have. And now would be also like nice to know I think that is also a really good spot for delay bluff. But it seems like every delay bluff I made now was finished with me getting a raise on the river. Okay. This guy like floats really a lot. He's calling 40%. He like calls here with queen 9. Okay. This is standard 3-bet for me in the big blind. We are facing 4x here. That's not good. Just to see, okay, this is in position 3-bet. I'm gonna see his small blind versus big blind range. He folds really a lot, 70%. He's calling. Okay, probably like king 9 suited, ace jack off. Okay, we are betting here 1/3. We are betting 1/3 here. I'm gonna try to see how he plays out of position. He again floats a lot, so we're gonna see his check calling range. One bluff, okay. He called 1/3 with ace high. Other are some parts, so just one float here that we saw. I'm gonna bet like normal size. He's calling all pairs for sure. Flush draws, but I'm gonna call here. Not sure what he's repping here. I'm gonna shove here. I mean, it's obvious, but I don't see what he's repping here. Like sevens, 3x that he checked, and he had like. And this line, I think this line is terrible poker line, like some kind of the semi bluff with the raise, and you gotta like give up on the river. Okay, I'm gonna trim it here. I mean, you are like repping really, especially if you have like high c-bet, you are repping just 7/7, and you partly of that 7/7 you are like c-betting on the flop. Okay, let's see his calling range. I mean, he's like early position, he doesn't fold a lot, he's calling because he got stronger range. He even calls like kings. Okay, king jack and stuff like that. Okay, I'm gonna bet here like this. I'm gonna like make this on the ace high flop. I usually use 1/3 of the size. Okay, this guy doesn't fold, so I'm gonna try to get it on. I'm gonna check and go for the river bluff, and I'm gonna bluff the river here. Okay, I'm gonna bluff the river here. I mean, this is double barrel. Okay, I'm gonna raise now. I mean, I just don't understand this size. I'm gonna just raise, but I mean, it's pretty weird size for a regular player to be like bluffing here. Because I know this guy's like tight, and I don't know what kind of size it is, so I'm gonna raise, and we will see what we'll be doing. I think that he probably thought that I time out it here. That's he like used like min size. There is no other explanation. I know that this is regular player playing normally, so he's like winning 2 BB, so I don't think that he's like doing that with. It's just like probably thinking that I time out it here. Okay, I'm gonna squeeze here. We did get a call from jacks here. Okay, I'm gonna call here. This guy just called the button. Okay, maybe we can get the hand. We can't. I mean, this guy just called the button, and he's like 3-betting 26-20, small blind 9%. Okay, and he's like shoving now. I'm not gonna fold king queen. And he thinks I'm a puppet master. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Okay, against the fish we will use normal size. We will just leave the 1/3 of the pot. And this guy, okay. Gonna bet the turn. If you have any questions, you can ask, we can talk. I mean, there is not serious section now, so we can use this time for anything you like. I think now fish got all in and now nothing. Okay, I'm gonna trim it here. Okay, open here. I'm not gonna do anything multi-way here. This guy doesn't fold on tribet at all. Okay, I'm gonna use 1/3 here. I fold here. Okay. Check here. We are here small blind versus button. We're gonna bet all the range here. And now it depends on his river strategy. I think I'm gonna bet here. I mean, he doesn't fold a lot, so he'll have weak hands here, and I'm not checking hand that will. This is probably, if I check, he will bluff his like hands that we are beating. So I just don't see myself like checking, because we are not gonna get the pot that we're not gonna get the pot that way. Okay, I'm gonna fold here. Folding everything. Okay, let's go. Let's play. I'm really in the mood for playing. For fold here. I'm gonna try my best to like play good and to explain good. Okay, here 40%. He doesn't have 6/8. He probably has ace 8, 10 off, but he doesn't have 7, 9. So it's like really good. We're gonna bet 1/3. For here, like if he has like a 3-bet here of for example of like 14%, he would like never had nuts in this spot, because he would be 3-betting 7-9 suited, and that would be like really sweet to bluff. Here we can go for the overbet here, and I know this guy is like calling over bets with weaker hands. He called us before 3 days with king 10 here, with open ender on the turn. He called over bet here king 10, and yesterday like he called over bet on the turn and fold the river. We see that his strength is lower, really lower than usual, so against him we would like bluff the river for sure. Okay, we're gonna check raise here. This hand is, we don't have stats on him, so I'm not gonna like trying to see what's going on. I'm just gonna like check raise here. We got pretty good hand for check raising. We're gonna bet here, and we're gonna okay. I think no, and on table open on NL 100. Okay, we're gonna bet here like this, and this guy is like 3-betting us. Okay, I'm gonna call here. I would call here with pocket fours also, I think, because like we must admit that he has 9s and 10s that we don't have. So in this spot I would protect my call range of the check raise by calling with my 9-10s with my 4s, so I can protect my my draws that way. And usually I think that's okay strategy. And now I don't understand this. He's like betting half of the pot here. Okay, we need to have 25% equity. We don't have with this hand, but it like feels so. He'll have like, I mean, I can call. I can just shove here, and I don't know about the player enough. For example, I don't know if he's like capable of 3-bet bluffing with like bottom pair, with hand like ace 4, like which is, I mean, which can be done with having like 4x in that spot is really significant. So if we have like more infos, we can maybe like shove there. If he has like bluff range, we can like shove over him. But I don't know anything. I have him on 230 hands, so I can't do that. But I think it's a possibility for that we can do that. It's just a matter here. Here is important to know what type of this player is. Does he ever 3-bet flop as a bluff? I think it's also important, and it's important to know what type of hands he's like. What is the type of hand that he's doing that? There is like some people like just bluff with I don't know, with random stuff. Some will like do blockers with bottom pair, which has most logic. I tried here to protect a bit, to protect our, and I see that he doesn't have 6-8, so okay, I'm gonna call again. Okay. I see that he has like high barrel stats. That's what I'm. That's why I was like calling. But we can also check raise on the turn here. He doesn't have 6-8 off, so that's important in that spot. So we can check raise the turn. This is not so good of the river. We can't whale bet here. Okay, we are in the NL200 table, so we can leave this table and go into the NL200 table. And I'm seeing now that it's really hard to play for me when I don't have stats. And I don't know anything about players, I don't have reads. So either HUD or a place that I can call the reads, that's like that I can make notes on the players. Okay, I'm gonna bet here at 9-10. Even probably the better hand would be like the better hand would be 6-7 without anything. It's like has like better way. So for example, if you have like 9-10, you just block his flows that you want to fold, and that's the reason why. Okay, we're gonna bet here, but okay, we're gonna call Toshi here. So if you're like looking for no equity bluff, you should look with and he checks the checks the straight. Okay, small blind versus button or cutoff. You're gonna see his range 13%. He had queen. Says, I mean, this guy looks like neat to me, but I'm not folding ace jack. Okay, we are calling here. I'll try to make a chat here because it kicked me out on the laptop, so I'm gonna try to do this. Here would be awesome, really good to have like these badges with bad bet check fold and stuff like that, but we don't have that. We're gonna see his check folding on the turn, and we don't even got that. But I mean, I think we got a cool step here. We have a 7x here in our range. We got 6-7, 7-8, 7-9 suited. That's okay. We got a flush draws here. And now would be like super cool if we have like his check calling range on the turn. I think I would bluff here with I would bluff here if the club came, and I don't know. I mean, we can like shove here, but I'm not going to do that now. Okay, this hand would never fold for sure. I'm gonna raise here, but not too big of the size. I'm gonna wrap 2 pairs here. And he called it ace-5, okay. I think I'm gonna call here with a10. And we are like, there's no table here. Okay, we have NL400 table running now, but unfortunately it's all players are there. Okay, I'm gonna check raise here with this hand. Think it's okay. A little bigger size. I should go for a little bigger size here. We're gonna leave this and we're gonna add NL400 when it opens. What I was trying to say, I didn't know here, my plan was like shove on the club, but 8 is okay hand. We have like 9, we have 9 jack, only suited ones. We don't have 6-9, and I don't see that people would, if we have like 8-9, we wouldn't like shove the river probably. So I think that by doing that, I think we have like maybe okay bluff on the river, but I think the better way is to know the player, to know his range, and then we can make that play. This if I like shove here, it would be without any good reason to do it. I would shove just to win the pot, and I didn't want to do that. But okay, I think I'm gonna orbit here. Are you alive on the chat? I'm not seeing anybody. I'm also disconnected on the channel. That's not good. I'm gonna try to get back into the channel. Okay, now everything is good. If you sent me something in previous couple of minutes. Okay, no, you're asking me if you did miss anything. I don't think you missed anything big. I bluffed and then I didn't bluffed and I got called. Same thing over and over. If we can only just get into the one more table, I would be really happy. Today is like the worst day. Every day till now we have in this time like at least 10 tables, but not today. Okay, as soon as the action will be, I will get at the tables. I don't know, I don't think. I just had a situation in this spot where I didn't bluff and I was planning to bluff it and I check behind. That's just what happened until you're gone. I mean, maybe I could bluff here, but I think I don't know his like check calling range on the turn. Even when players check call the turn here, I mean, this type of player is maybe tight player and he would like play jacks this way or queens this way or kings this way, I don't know. But usually players like do this with exactly this type of the hand. So, but 9-10 here is really strong. I mean, he's like blocking a lot. He's blocking a straight, he's blocking a 7x also. I don't know. I don't think it's I just didn't want to shove there. I would shove on the club for sure. And also I think that generally people play this line very bad, but I don't know this player so. But I'm sure that he wouldn't fold 9-10. If he's like folding 9-10, then I don't know. Then he shouldn't play poker, because 9-10 is like really strong in that spot, especially with the line that he took, checked the flop and check called the step. And it's so strange with type poker. We played like 5 days now, and there were like in first 4 days there were like 10 plus tables. I before 2 days I was starting to stream and there were 15 tables. I started to play like 2 hours before, and I played 2 hours until the stream has until I start streaming, and there was like so many actions. So you never know with Thai poker. You just never know. It's so strange there. I mean, before 2 days after we stopped streaming, there were like 12 NL400. There were no NL200. There was just only NL200 tables and NL400 tables. So everybody was just playing NL400, and there was just like really good action. Okay, here we can check raise. I'm gonna check raise here. It's hard to play when you don't have all the stats. You don't even you can't even go into the pop up. For example, against this player, I can't do anything. I just can't know his strategy from so little of hands. So we're just gonna play our standard game and we're gonna 3-bet it. Okay. I just need one more tables and I will be happy. If only I can get, and when we catch really nice flop here. Here I will use also big size. I'm gonna check now. Check this hand, but when I'm betting really big here. And now we're betting, and he's folding a lot on delays, so we're gonna bet. We're gonna bet like here. I think that he doesn't have a pocket pair, so we have like pretty cool bluff, I would say. I sometimes 3-bet, sometimes call with this hand. I mean, when he, I mean, this is like also I think pure hotspot. When we bet like big size here, he's calling. He doesn't have pocket pair, so he's like calling with other Jack X or flush draws. I mean, I don't think there's anything else. I mean, some people will probably call with. Some people will probably call with ace queen, but I mean it's pretty easy to define his range. Here I'm gonna raise, and he calls. Pretty connected turn here. I'm gonna go for smaller size. Okay. I think we should bet smaller size on the turn when the flush hits, not polarize ourselves. Okay. This guy c-bets here, and I don't know anything about him, and it's like multi-way pot, and this is the flop. He needs to check a lot. So if I know anything, I would like probably raise here, but I don't know anything, and we don't have backdoor equity. I mean it's really hard for me to play without stats. Somebody can say this is like easy float, but it's not easy float in this spot. And we are facing again 3x 4-bet, and we don't know anything. So hard, so annoying. You are asking me, am I tilting again? I would like, I don't know. It's just so annoying when you don't have a stats and you have like pocket sevens and people 4-bet you 3x. There is no fun when you go through something like that. And what kind of what kind of size is that? 3x 4-bet in the position. We see a lot of check folding here. You can see his delay betting range. What is interesting to see what he's calling the turn step with. Okay, I'm gonna bet. So he's calling the turn step. He has some slow played top pairs, and this is other like flush draws, under pairs, or stuff like that. So his range is not well balanced, and we're gonna use it to our advantage, and we're gonna bet a lot because he's like check folding a lot, and when he check calls he doesn't check call. When he check calls, he check folds on the river like 67%. So you can take every hand in your range that you have, and you can bet that hand with 3/4 of the pot, and you will be in a really good spot. And I see that a lot of players have these tendencies. So you know, you have like nothing, you bet like on the turn, and he calls, and he gives you on the river a price that he will fold like two-thirds of the time he will fold, and you like bet 3/4 of the pot, and you need to work it only 42%. I mean, that's like crazy. You can like do it every time. And when you, I mean, people some people can like see that you are doing that, but it's not easy to know that, and they can adjust at you, but I mean, you will like see that from stats, and you will like have a feeling when they're like calling you 3 times with or they are suddenly starting slow play against you. You will like just like have a feeling about that, and you can then adjust. Okay. Okay, we can call here, we can 4-bet here. We are deep, we can call, we can 4-bet. I think it's okay one or another. I mean, this guy looks like really tight to me, that's why I called, but I mean, I can easily 4-bet there. Okay, we're gonna get into this table. At least we now have 4 tables running. Okay, I'm gonna value bet here with the bigger size. Let's see if there's at least one. No, now there is no NL200 tables at all. But okay, we have 4 tables running, so that's okay with me. We can see if there is action on Supersport, and no, there is no action on Supersport. So unfortunately, last few days there wasn't a lot of action on Supersport. It's so weird. Like before a week we have like really good tables, 2-3 really good tables, 4. But I mean, it's okay. We have 4 tables. I think it's most important to have 4 tables. That's most important to me. I mean, we are mixing the stakes, so it's okay. The action is action. Wherever you get it, I think it's okay. Okay, I'm gonna bet multi-way. The only problem for me is that I don't have stats. Like on all NL100 tables, I don't have stats. That's important. That's like what's troubling me, not anything else. And for example, I don't see his range now. I don't know what he's like calling, what he's like. I don't see his tendencies. I mean, I would like continue probably here and bet the river, but I don't know. I don't know anything. So that's like really annoying me. You see, for example, I don't know, is he like calling here with pocket 7s, pocket 6, does he call with jack 8, does he calling queen x and check queen x on the river? Yes, he's doing that, he's calling and checking the queen x on the river. Okay, we are betting 10 here. We raised, and I mean, I think that we are good here a lot of the time, so I'm gonna bet a little stronger size. But again, I don't have any stats, so I'm basically 3-bet here. This guy is like really tight. I know that I play with him. He usually comes with like really short stack, and now he's 4-betting me. I mean, I don't like to fold to 4-bet, so I'm gonna pay him off, but not a good spot here. I'm gonna call here. I don't remember his stats, but I know they are really tight. And this is gross now when if he checks the river. Then I'm repping ace queen. This is like really gross. And I know that he would like check that to me. So gross spot. But I don't know what we can do here except to shove here. And he has aces. But I don't see any play here, and now he will sit out. And that's it. I just don't see, I mean he can have like queens, jacks here. We can have knights. We have ace queen, and I would shove ace queen. But I don't know. I mean, it's so annoying spot. I should fold against him before the flop. But I mean, when I'm on the river with hand like that, I just don't see myself folding. Okay. Okay. I'm NoteCaddy, you're asking me about you're asking me about my about timing tells. Okay. I'm closely monitoring the timing tells about the players, and I'm creating notes about them. But now, I mean, you need to know player and like to be in that spot so you can like make play like that. You can like write if he's like timing when he's strong or stuff like that. I try to like always think through the spot and like then make a decision, but I mean it's also okay other way. Okay, I'm gonna overbet here. We can overbet jack x here, so I'm gonna bet like this. 36. I mean, this is okay. We are betting jack x here. We are betting. I mean, I'm like I'm also like not check raising all my flushes, so it's okay. I'm gonna call here with ace jack. And now when I'm playing heads up, I'm just like not concentrating at all on others aspects of the game. So that's like why I don't like to play heads up and 6 tables together. Aloha, queens of queens. Okay, this is like bet and shove the river. He can have some flushes with ace x here. He can play like this with king queen, with maybe even hand like ace 10. I think we are shoving here. And he folds. It's just so annoying. I would just like ask this player if he wants to play 4 tables of heads up, and we can just play and talk. I'm gonna try add another table. Okay, think no, false alert, nothing. We're gonna need to add more NL100 tables, because I just don't see other way. They're just not no tables. Okay. And now I'm just don't looking at all on other tables, so I'm gonna quit the heads up. Okay, he's exhibiting. Okay, we must float here. I think by this size we have more ace-x than he has in this spot, and I'm gonna bet here. Yes, I'm gonna bet here. We're gonna like bet like we have ace-x here, but we have like a lot of ace-x, ace-7, ace-8, stuff like that. I'm gonna leave the heads up so I can be fully concentrated on the action, because when I play heads up I'm just at the heads up. Okay, I'm gonna try. There is no other NL100 tables at all. There is just two NL100 tables, so I'm gonna try to add them as soon as possible. Okay, you are asking me with the 8-7 diamonds in the 4-bet pot. When I'm out of position, NoteCaddy, you are asking me about that hand with 7-8 in 4-bet pots, and as you are asking me if I'm raising a flop. If I'm raising a flop, I'm shoving the flop, probably. I mean, we can have. I don't remember his size, but if he's like betting on the bigger size, I think the only thing we can do is like shove. 7-8 is a cool hand to raise there. I mean, I'm mixing strategy there. I'm sometimes raising, sometimes calling, but also in that spot we are gonna call ace queen for sure. We're not gonna raise ace queen there. We're not gonna raise ace queen there. We have like ace jack off is also standard calling 4-bet. So I have ace jack off. So I'm gonna have floats. I'm gonna have like flush draws. I have some of the 10x hands. So when I'm in position, I think there is not so much incentive to raise that flop. I don't know, not get it that he's like folding there. Like I would never fold ace king or ace queen. I would if I got raised and I don't have like I had like similar hand. I would like to show that hand to you against Fortuna before 2 days. I made I forwarded him and he called and on the 10x board 10-10 two tens he raised me and I immediately shove ace king in that spot. So I think that I wouldn't when I raise there I'm repping 10x or flush draws or something like that. I don't think that he can like fold ace king ever, to be sure, to be honest. So I think that we can have like we can easily have like just a call range. Let's see here in position where's the cut of his triple barrel range. I mean, he's like really tight on the turn. Okay, this will be interesting if he shoves. We have a pretty cool hand to call, and he has like probably king queen in his range. Okay, I'm quickly go to the river bet. Okay, I see bluffs here. Okay, I'm gonna call here. Okay, I just quickly go to the river, and this is not good here. He's calling from small blind. Okay, I'm gonna fold here, and we have a more table. Okay. Okay, we are at least on 4 tables, and I'm going to monitor closely what happens to other tables. Okay, this is a 3-bet for me. I mean, with that hand, it was a close, but I think ace-3 is okay call on the river. Much better even that of some like ace-jacks, so it's not important. I saw that he has bluffs, so probably when he's double barreling, he's like, okay, this guy probably thinks, okay, he doesn't fold 5-bet, okay. We can do anything with this hand. This is standard 3-bet for me also. What I was trying to say, that I think that this guy like 3 barrels. What I saw, I think that when he double barrels, he probably is triple barreling here. So we saw now that he has like 2 pair, but we didn't have that stats. I see the river is 60%. And I saw on the river pop-up that he has bluffs. King 10 without equity. Okay, so I decided to call quickly. I mean, ace-3 is like something that is a really good call against. I mean, this is a range of about 10%. So he has like suited broadways. He has like king queen off and stuff like that. And on the river, I don't think I'm folding a lot on the river when I call the turn there. Of course, it would be better if we have like more info about the opponents, but I think that ace-3 is a really good call. I know. I'm calling ace-queen 100% of the time. Ace-jack is like probably mixed strategy, but it would be important to know, does he 3-bet queen-jack off in that spot? If he's 3-betting queen-jack off, that some people do, I also 3-bet some of the time. I 3-bet 50% and fold and call 50% in that spot. So if he's like 3-betting queen jack off, that's like 8 combos. If he's 3-betting half of it, that's like also 8 more of the bluff combos. So it's with ace-3 you don't block any of his bluffs at all. So I think it's really good to have that. And also he has like suited connectors there. It would be interesting to see what he does like with 6-7 there. Does he like check behind 6-7 on the river? I would never check behind 6-7. So I just really didn't think that I would fold. And I also look at our stats on the 4K hands that we played on this account, and we are like folding river 0% on 3 barrel in single raise pots out of position. I didn't even realize that. In 3-bet pots we are folding 16%. So maybe people will see that and won't like bluff us, but I don't think it's so much important. Yes, NoteCaddy, I killed them all. I killed them all before start of the play. This is call. I'm gonna check here. Okay, he has 7s here. This is like a bet here. Okay, I'm gonna overbet here. Okay, let's go back into the action. Let's go to play. Okay, this guy squeezes, and like we are like facing all tight players here. and okay, we are calling. This is like probably nines plus type of the range. Okay, we're gonna 3-bet. We're gonna 3-bet it like this. Really cool. We're gonna bet bigger size here. And I'm gonna stab this board. I think we have like playability. It's important to see that he's check folding really a lot and that this guy is folding a lot on the c-bets. We can like check here also for the multi-way pop-up to see does he have check raising range. Pardon me, this is the multi-way pop-up that I'm looking at. He's check folding blinds 33% of the time. And this guy called on small blind. That's telling me like pocket pairs probably. We are blocking really good with, but I mean he's not folding 3s, 4s for sure. I think it's Lila. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna auto bet here. Let's go to that river bet pop-up. Now when we are in this spot, let me see if he has like, okay, he bet. But I don't see a lot of floats there. He's not bluffing with 3s or 4s here. I will tell you that for sure. So I don't see like he would need to call like, I don't know what to make us call here. I just don't see that. On this type of the board, we are gonna see bet a bigger size, and we're gonna see bet like probably 100%. We have like ace 10 off, and this guy doesn't have off broadways like king 10 and stuff like that. He for sure doesn't have them. Or he has ace 10, but he doesn't have king 10 off, queen 10 off, and jack 10 off, which is really cool. We're gonna see how much he folds here. He folds against bigger size little more. I don't see any like pure folds, so he's probably like folding king queen in this spot, and he's like continuing with flush draws and pairs. So we're gonna bet like this here. Let's see his turn strategy. Okay, he shoves here. Okay, raising a turn. Okay, we're calling, of course, we have nuts. But I'm interested in what type of hand did he do it with. Does he just done that with top pair? Okay, let me see what he had. He had 10 jack off. So my assumption was wrong, and player who folds 52% for 3-bets, he's calling 3-bets with jack 10 off. Interesting. And he decided to shove on the turn. I mean, stuff like that is something you need to write. So this is like, it's not like usual play. Okay. 26% of the range. We are facing 26%. He has queen 7 suited. He's c-betting most of the range here. We can check raise here. Okay, we'll see how much he folds on check raise. He folds a lot, so I'm gonna make a call here. Let's see his double barreling range. Straight dress, okay. We are calling here. And I'm gonna step the river here. I'm just see what kind of bluff I can have here. 7x with 7, 10, 7, 6, 7, 4 of spades comes in mind. I think this player will like check behind ace on the river every time, and queen is so good for me on the river, and I can have some bluffs, for example 7-4 of spade, 7-10 of spade, 7-9 of spades. Looks like really good bluff in that spot. You're asking me, NoteCaddy, to give something when you come at 100. I'm for that. What do you think we should give? Tell me, what you think we should give when we reach 100? And we must then like make some type of the lottery. I mean, it's not fair that people that came like 100 place to follow us like get the something, and people who are with us from the beginning doesn't get anything. So I would like make some type of the lottery then. Some type of the lottery, and that people who are from the beginning have like more chance in that lottery. I would do something like that if you're okay with this. Okay. Again, we are facing 3-bet, small blind versus MP. Okay, we can like pretty easily call here, and we can 4-bet like worse hands than this. So I'm not gonna 4-bet this. Check folds really a lot. Okay, I'm gonna step here with this type of the hand. Check folds river 100%. I'm gonna make a overbet here. And this is interesting turn. We are basically, what can we fold him off when he check calls here? I'm afraid of ace queen that he will play like this. But I mean, this is also a really nice turn for us. I think we should bet there. He can have like problem now. I just won't bluff because I didn't bet the turn. He can have like, if I guess like he had like 10 queen suited or queen jack suited, I would guess like that type of the hand. And I think that if we want to make something, we should like bet the turn and bet the river. And for sure he had like exactly the same hand I told, queen 10 suited. And like without now, when I check behind, I feel like I don't trap much, so I gave up. Here we don't, we should have like 40% c-bet. This hand is like close. I think it's not so much good of the c-bet, but when he folds 63%, every hand is good c-bet. We're gonna use the smaller size. This guy folds really a lot, so we're gonna use smaller size. I don't even know people who calls like 5% of the range. What they are calling with sixes through tens, ace queen, and suited broadways. Okay. What are you saying, Beastaholic? It's too pricey for you. But I think you should see what you are getting here. I don't know which limit you play, but I think that with this program, and like you will like make it that he will like make you much more money in a short term than what you will get for what you will give for the program. For me, I think it's like so powerful, and it gave you like so many infos in so many spots that you can use really easy. And and I think that's the, it's always in the life, how many money, that many music, we would say in Croatia. There is no music for not much. If the stuff is good, you need to pay for that. I'm gonna bet here. This guy doesn't fold a lot on normal pots. Okay. We are shoving the river. It's hard enough for me to show the stats when there are like so little hands. That's the problem. This guy will fold now. Great. Okay, this is like easy call here. He folds to 4-bet a lot. But I think this hand is too good to 4-bet. We can do anything on this board. I would 4-bet like 3-6 suited or something like that, but against 22% and what is for sure like polarized range, he will have like ace 7 off, ace 6 off, 9 jack off and stuff like that. So 4-5 suited is like so good. I don't think that's that we need to make like a random guy that wins the package. I think that would that people who start following earlier would need to have at least 50% more chance than the people who are here later. So we would like need to make some kind of the lottery where we like give more numbers to the people that are that followed previously. That's my opinion. And okay, this is interesting. This player check raises here. Okay, I think we can go for the he probably doesn't have 9s and 10s here, and I think when he calls, like, we will see a better what type of hand he can have. Okay, I'm gonna fold here. This is like super rare spot that player do this. Okay, partner, you check out that. It would be like interesting if players who are here who were here previously that gets more entries, or if not, we can make like some other type of the lottery, and then we can make like on 200 followers we can give like a breakthrough stars package, and like on 300 followers we can just give like a full package with everything, and people like who get light version can like upgrade it to a full version also. So I think it's a good idea that we give like on 100, 200 and 300 followers. I think it's okay. If you are okay with that, tell me. If you think it's a good idea, we can do it. Let me check out if there are tables. If there are any tables now. I don't know. So less action today than any other days I played like last 2 months. So sick. But okay, it's that type of day, so no problem. A little bit smaller size because he folds a lot. 2-3 suited here. And this is call for me in big blind. I'm 3-betting it big blind versus button, but against small blind I'm calling here. Okay. I'm betting here. This player falls like 60%. Check call, check fold. Okay, let's see what type of hands he's check folding. With ace highs, with ender pairs. He had once aces. I think we can check here. And this is like the worst river for us to bluff. I mean, he can have like 8x here or jack x here, and we are at the bottom of the range. But I mean, I don't see that I don't see many ace x that we have. Ace 8 maybe. Ace 8. Ace 8. I think that he has a lot of aces, so I'm gonna give up here. What he had? He had 9-10. Oh no, he had 8-10. Oh, he had really good hand. He had 8-10 with the flush draw. For example, if I was in his shoes and I bet the river, I would like shove here with this hand, like easy shove. You have like ace jack here. You have like aces. Easy shove in his place. Okay. And he should like check raise that hand, in my opinion. Okay, big blind versus button. We see 40% of the range. It's like so tight. But we see here ace 3, we see here king 8. So it's probably close to 55%. Okay, his floats here are probably, he folds a lot, 8, 9, 9, 10, or gut shots or something like that, against 1/3. Okay, he would maybe float some ace x hand. Okay, this is call here. And he bets pot here. Okay, stab river. Okay, this is call here. Let's go to the river pop-up, just to be sure. 95% plus is always nuts. This player has always nuts, 95% and more. Okay, so we're gonna fold. We're gonna start folding to these people. Okay, he skip turn and check calling. Okay, I think here is like 50-50. We can step here. I just saw that he skip turn, c-bet and check calling really a lot. And he had kings. And he had ace king. So he has like a really good check range. And he's now like betting a lot. Does he rep ace king here? I want to see his barreling tendencies. Nice. He has like really, but I mean on the river I think that with this size he's betting kings plus. He would like bet 10 jack, I mean, for sure. Okay, I'm gonna fold. He has like really narrow range also. Okay, I'm gonna fold. He has like really tight double barrel range also. So this player would probably like check aces in this spot, king is this spot, queens on this spot, ace queen on this spot, king queen on this spot. So on the river he has really a lot of value hands. And from what I see, his range is so narrow that I don't even can see any bluff. I'm gonna just shove here. This guy has like opening 60%, has like how much? $50 and then up to 100. Okay. I'm gonna go for this. This play falls to the lacy, but absurdly much. So we're gonna we're gonna delay cbet here. I'm gonna call here. Oh, we are aces against kings. That's good. That's really nice. We're gonna make this is like a bestaholic. This is like only a program presentation, so we are basically only showing the features of the program. Our future plan is when the presentation of the program ends, and it will be approximately end like maybe 10 days. We are gonna make a pool on our site, and people will have opportunity to vote to uh, to so by voting they will like give me a challenge where I will play next month. So that's our plan. That's our future plan. I'm gonna overbet here. 24. I don't see that he has like many 6x here. We are wrapping jack x here, so I think it's okay. So people will make me a challenge, and I will play that site and limit that they are like voting for. I will play that for 1 month, and every month will be other challenge. So I think it's really a good idea. And then I will play stars, whatever you like. Okay. Bet here, he folds 63%, and I mean we don't even have a reason then to be start betting. Not tables now. Not other tables now. So annoying. Let's go to Super Sport. Okay, there are tables at Super Sport. Okay, we're gonna add a Super Sport in. Okay. Okay, we're gonna trip it here like this. Okay, check here. We don't have a Twitter. Kex, you're asking me if I have a Twitter. I don't have a Twitter. I don't have Twitter. Just to go to this for a second. Okay. Just to, I apologize. I need to turn on the Super Sport on other. Okay, I'm gonna fold here. Okay. Okay. We're gonna make here like 9. This guy steps a lot, so I'm gonna like. We are not gonna. I mean. We're not gonna add Twitter. Just to see. On Super Sport, it's in kunas. It's in Croatia. It's like 47k kunas, something like that. Ace queen against ace queen. It's okay. We should check raise the flop, but we can now check raise the turn. But I think it's much better play to check raise the flop. Okay. Kicks. I'm like playing NL200 and NL400 mostly. Okay, we are shoving here. Or use the normal size. Okay, my mistake. I think I was thinking about using normal size or shove and I didn't do anything. I think that much more sense it has to go to with all in here. He had ace6. He had ace6 here. Okay. I was just thinking that the best play is to go all in, because by going all in you have like flush draws that are like first flush draws, so to put like max pressure. Also here we are calling with king queen here. There is no other way. It's just too strong to 4-bet bluff. Okay, we're gonna like check raise here. Okay, and we're gonna bet here. He's like have 22% of the range, so we are thrilled to check raise here. Turn is like I mean, it's okay for our range. We have a lot of flush draws, so we can bet small here, or we can check with queen blocker. I can check here, and we can like bet. We can bet like normal size here, half of the pot. I think it's okay. And now, if I had the bluff, I would say we are wrapping now king x, and I would like get a call from pocket nines. Okay, this guy had ace 3 and he checked it, check back the turn with it. And he, like, when I bet, he didn't even shove here. Okay, nothing we can do there. We just, if he shoved, I would call. Okay. On the Super Sport, we are now, I'm gonna turn it to the other monitor. We are on the Super Sport. This is like in the last few months, and something is like, okay. We are, I think, over 300 now. Okay. I'm gonna show you after the session is finished. We are over 300,000. We are over 300,000, so it's okay. Okay, Kex, you are asking in shredded Discord, why should I get no CH over hand to note? We are also considering making a version for hand to note also, and we are like we're gonna upgrade this to the Hem 3 and the new PTR. So I think that Holder Manager 3 will be much better than this. than Hold'em Manager 2, which is like much exhausting. It's like a little bit slower. Okay, we're gonna fold here. He raises 4x in this spot. And I also think that this program will be really good on it will be really good on Hold'em Manager 3. It will be like much faster. It will be much faster and much better. I mean, if you have like a good computer, you can use it now without problems. But on Hold'em Manager 3 or new PTR, it will be like a beast. So for me, the biggest strength of Hand2Know is that he's really fast. That you can you can collect really much of the hands. I mean, he's like calling probably anything, so I'm gonna shove ace king. I think that biggest strength, like I thought, biggest strength of Hand2Know is his like speed, and that he can like progress a lot more hands in a lot shorter period of time. So and what I heard, Hold'em Manager 3 will be like pretty good. Let's see how much he folds when he's double check fold. Okay, I'm gonna bet here once more. Let's see his calling range here. Okay, again, really strong range. Okay, versus big blind, he calls ace jack also in. Okay, really bad river. Okay, in this spot we will. I think that his range is like. We see that he's like probably has a different range from calling big blind and from calling small blind, but no matter that, we are betting 1/3 in this spot. Let's see how he reacts. Does he fold pocket pairs here on 1/3? We see his calling range. Okay. So by doing that, I think that he's like folding on this spot. Deuces like through fives 100% of the time. He maybe calls some 67s and 8s with hearts. He has 10 jack suited in this spot. We saw that he calls king jack off in this spot. That's not so good. We're gonna see his stab of the turn frequency. Okay, 50%, and we're gonna see the range that he stabs the turn with. Pair and flush draw. Okay, I think that here is like I'm gonna bet like here. I'm gonna bet like this. I'm just trying to fold him like with stuff like 7-8, stuff like 8-10 suited, and stuff like pocket 7, pocket 6 here. And also we can play aces this way, so it's not. And we can bet like king this way. I mean, probably the best size is like pot. To be honest, pot is the best size here. Okay. Keks, I'm from Croatia, yes. Okay. I think that we explained that the graph is from Croatian side. I think it's like mentioned. But I mean, whoever follows the stream knows that. So I would say if the graphs from Winning Poker Network, and we have a plan on making a challenge on the Winning Poker Network also. Soon as they allow again, I mean, they had like some bug with huts, and soon as they fix the bug, we are gonna be there. And Kegs, like you see, this is the Super Sport. This is the Super Sport. This is the site. Okay, let's see if there's action there. No, not more. We're calling here, ace-5 folding. This is close. Okay, this guy opens 40%. This guy is like pretty tight range. I think also it's just call here. He has all the off-Broadways. We're gonna call the turn, of course. And we see that he has bluffs without equity. So. And I think that he doesn't even have like hand as king 8 off. He doesn't have probably even king 9 off is questionably. So when he checks here, we can see how much he checks on the river. Okay, I'm gonna bet here. Okay, it's important. I would like to see his check fold on the river. When he missed the turn c bet, he's folding 67% on the river. We could like also check the hand. Okay. Okay, Kex, we worked this out. Can you, NoteCaddy, confirm me that you are okay with my idea about giving the PokerStars package for the people on the when we get to the 200 followers, and giving a full package for the people when we are at the 300 followers? Can you confirm me that so we can make it official? Okay. I didn't talk about this badge, but it's also a really good badge. It's telling me in 3-bet pots someone that steps turn often out of position and give ups on the river. So for example, you have like you like check back the flop and this guy steps, and you can probably see that he's like really air heavy, and okay, I'm gonna check here that he's really air heavy, and okay, we can now delay it. He's really air heavy, and you can really easily play against him, because you'll know that he will give up river a lot. So I think he can have 7x here. I don't see much of the because he doesn't have like queen 8 off, and I think he can have like 7-8 here. He doesn't call 7-10 off. I think it's close. Okay, he has a7. I was thinking about value betting, but I just don't see. Person is, I mean, he folds 36 on the river, so we have some value, but he has like some 7x hands, so we won't value bet it. Okay. Not so much of the game today. Today is like really bad day, I see, to play. People, there are just no tables and anything. Okay, these stats are not, I played with him a lot, these stats are not correct. And if they are, I would also call ace-8. Okay. I don't think we can float ace-8 here, even against 1/3 of the pot. And I think his range is like probably 12% against me, something in that region. 12 to 13% to 14%. Okay, we're gonna use a bigger size here. Fold here. We're gonna see his range. No, we don't want to see his range because he's falling, or he folded. But okay. Okay. We are over 2 hours now, but I'm just not happy with the game that we had. There were not tables, not so much good of the action. I didn't have stats on the players. I've just like forget this day. It just wasn't like really good. I didn't even had some spots that I can show you like some pop-ups. Like we didn't have like some. I would like to show you more multi-way pop-ups that I think it's maybe the best feature of all. That's something that was never in any other program. Multi-way play fully covered. Uh, Everything you have every info about multi-way play. I'm gonna show you a little bit like on people that I have some hands. Okay, we have hands on him. Okay, I'm gonna bet here. I'm gonna bet like this. When the hand is finished, I'm gonna show you like I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you a little bit multi-way pop-up, which I think is the best feature. Like I like it more than every other pop-up. So I'm gonna call here. I mean, we can. He doesn't have Jack 9 off in his range, so I think we can check raise here. We can check raise here. Okay. We're gonna fold here. But this guy, I also remember that he folds a lot on check raise. Okay. He called. I think we want to bet small here. Okay. His calling range is probably Queen X, so over pairs. He has, of course, flush draws in this spot. I would bet for protection. Okay. NoteCaddy, you are cool with giveaway. Okay, people, so you know, on 100 followers we are giving light version of the program. On 200 we are giving the stars version, and on 300 followers we are giving the full versions. Okay. 3-bet here. Call here. Okay, let's see his strategy. I think he must have ace 10 off in his range here. Okay. And he will probably check the ace 10 in this spot. We're gonna check behind here. And we have a pretty cool thing here. This guy folds a lot. Okay. I would be sure that this is really big size here. Okay, we're gonna bet here. This is really big size. I don't know what he's repping with this size. I mean, I think he can turn something. He can turn into bluff here. This is just really big size. We're gonna show here. This is like really big size. He's not betting ace 10 with this size for sure. It would be much easier if we have like king in the spade here. He's like really polarized here. It's really close. Let's see his river pop-up. Let's go to the river pop-up and see from out of position like betting 95% plus. Bluff with ace queen. Okay. Huh. I rarely see a bluff here. Okay, I think only bluff that he will have is tens here, tens and nines. Tens and nines here. Ace got there, ace 10 got there, ace like ace 10 he's not value betting, ace king he's not value betting with this size. Maybe ace king with king of spades, but I wouldn't say. I think that he's like wrapping river, flush on the river, and if I had blockers, it's like so much easy call here. But with this size, I don't think, and I didn't see a bluff with the pot. He overbets just once as a bluff where he wrapped ace king and had ace queen. So okay, calling here. Thanks you chain. We're calling here. Thanks you chain. Thanks for that. I think that the action is like most weaker. Today we played every day NL1 NL 400, but today we need to add, and yesterday we had NL 100, but after some time they were open like NL 400 and NL 200 tables. Nothing now, but okay. Okay, we're gonna play a little bit and close for today. I mean, this guy plays NL 400 with me, so I just can't understand what I mean. He plays NL 400 and now he's playing short on NL 100. I just don't understand that. But okay. He's opening 40%. C-betting really a lot. We're gonna check raise him a lot. Like King 10 plus. Even maybe... Okay, I think King 10 plus is okay. Some like bottom pairs, like 2-4, 2-5 type of hands. Okay. We would like to see how much he check folds the turn out of position. Not a lot. He check calls a lot, so he will like probably bet here fives and then check calls it, check call it. Or stuff like 8x also, like 8-9, 7-8 that he bluffed. Let's see his bet check bet line. I'm interested in that. Okay. And now I think that he's like he's not betting pocket sixes or pocket fives. He's betting like 10x here or 8x. Okay, I'm gonna call here with 3. Okay, pocket nines are also okay bet, but he wouldn't bet I think pocket sixes or pocket fives. I mean, we need to defend like this. We need to defend like 60% of our range, so 3x is in that spot. I didn't have info about how he plays check bet line. That's unfortunately, but I will not fold 3x here. Okay, I'm gonna overbet here. Okay, I think it's okay. I don't think he's calling hand like queen jack in this spot against an overbet. We can see, but we don't have stats how is he handling overbets. And also I think that he doesn't have a lot of flush draws because he's not like floating. He folds 54%, so he's not like floating ace-x of ace-x of spade here, ace-x of club here. He's not calling ace-2, ace-5, ace-7, ace-8 of club. Not this player. He should call, but he doesn't call it. So I think that his only flush will be like 8, 7, 10, 8, 10 and king 9 suited plus. So not a lot of flush combos, and we can rep the flush also on the river bedded, because we have more flushes than he has. 1/3 of the pot here. NoteCaddy, thank you. Today is just not so much action. That's the only reason I'm not happy. We are showering here. Let's see how much he folds on check bet line. Okay, not a lot. I'll fold. And this guy shoves. Okay. Queen 10. Queen 10. Okay. Here we need to c-bet really a lot, like 55%. So jacks are, I don't think it's a good c-bet. We're gonna check it. He steps a lot. He folds a lot of on delay c-bets. We're gonna delay it. I mean, this can be also a check again. So because we are not like we don't need so much protection. If we have like pocket 6, it's much more of the protection needed, but not with jacks. Check here. I don't think we can bet the river with this hand. Thank you, people, for saying something good when the day is like bad. I mean, bad by the thing that there is not a lot of action going on. Just by that chain, just have fun on your vacation, enjoy, swim a little bit, enjoy the sun. It will be like 40 Celsius. You will be like having really good fun. And we're gonna play poker, grind it, explain the program, and you will be enjoying with the sea and the girls, like Murta, our friend Murta. You just live the life. He folds a lot on the c-bets, and he doesn't fold because his range is much stronger. 6x doesn't like. He has like 30% of the range. He doesn't have any 5-6 or 3-6 or stuff like that. He also doesn't step river a lot, so he's probably checking some of the queen x even. This is like tight player, passive, stepping river like 3 out of 9 times. And I mean, this is like, I'm gonna try to rep 10x here. Okay, I'm gonna try to rep 10x here. We have like jack 9, why wouldn't we just have jack 10 here? He'll have pocket pairs here, so I don't see much of the ace highs except ace 2 and ace 4 of. I think he folds a lot, so I don't think he will call like. I mean, he folds on 1/3, 42%. He won't fold. He won't call even some of the ace highs. Okay, we'll play one more Warbit, then we can like go through the hands. Not so much action today, and I'm not happy about that. I'm hoping we will be like having better action tomorrow, like NL 400 and 200, where I have a like sample on people, because playing for me without stats is like swimming with your eyes closed. I have an idea what I can do, but every idea that I had didn't ended well for us. So, and also I don't have reads, I don't have anything. I played like I would play without HUD, and that didn't go terrific. Let's see this guy's check raising range here. He doesn't have 9s for sure, but he's check raising top pair here. Okay, for value. He's calling big blind versus buttons. He doesn't even have like many 9x off. Okay, he has he have like king 9, queen 9, and jack 9. He's probably check raising. That's the reason why he has such a high check raise stats. He has flush draws here. He has like 7-8 off also. Check raise and bet turn is like 50%. It's a little bit lower. Okay, I'm gonna fold here. This is like, even, I mean, he can like bet here like king 9 with king of spade, or ace 9 with ace of spade, or something like that. We are here against the 4-bet, against the player. Okay, we're gonna call here. I mean, this is like against, like, I see 8s here, I see, okay, early middle position versus cut. I see king jack as a bluff, so okay, I'm shoving here. Okay, he has queens. I think this is the last hand, if I'm not wrong. Okay, we have a couple of more hands. Okay, one good thing is if we only need 21 follower next to give the package, and that's okay. It will be fun. It will be fun when we come to the 300 also, to give the full package. And I think that people who are on the channel and who follow the streams can then tell us how they use the program, how the program is working for them. I'm really interested to say opinions about other people that buy the program. People who buy the program and contact me have really, some of them are on the channel. They were really thrilled with the program. But I want that people who bought it, that they speak about it. It's not fair if I'm like speaking in their name. So I would love to see people who buy the program like using it for like 10 days to come here and speak about the program. And also I would like to see them playing, and we're gonna have like a guest players who play here with the program, and I will be by their side. Okay, this is the Super Sport. We played 62k hands. This is the graph. So it's in Croatian kunas. It's like 47, I think. We're gonna see how much it is in the dollars. 6.5, 46, almost 46k of dollars. It's from, I think, end of the January. Okay, we're gonna see here the stats now. We are down to 120. Okay, and we didn't play 7 hours for sure, so how is that possible? Okay, I don't think we run that good. I mean, I guess it's okay. Maybe we can speak about this hand, where, I mean, I will show you the stats of this guy. I know that he's really tight. Okay, but he's like 4-betting. He 4-bet 27%. Okay. Okay, we see like 9s, 10s, ace queen. Now when I see his range, I think, I mean, out of position ace queen, it's probably as a bluff. 9s and 10s are like value, wider for value. And here he probably, if he has like ace 10 here, he probably has even bluffs here. So I think 7-8, now when I see the stats, I can tell that 7-8 is like okay call. On this board, when he bet like 1/3. He bet, I mean, I can't raise here, like, even if I'm raising, I'm shoving here. So that's the reason why I called here. If I'm raising, I'm shoving. So NoteCaddy asked me why I didn't raise here to get him off with ace queen and ace king. I don't think that he would fold ace king or ace queen. And I think we can shove here for sure. I would shove maybe 8-9 because we have like better backdoors. And we have like some 10x here. We have like 9-10 suited, 10 jack suited for sure, ace 10 suited, king 10 suited. So we have like some 10x hands. I decided to call because I'm gonna call some of the ace queens. I'm gonna call like ace queens with diamonds. I would shove ace king, so I don't have ace king. I here have nines, which are okay shove also. When we see that he has like ace king, ace queen stuff, and like probably king jack, some king jack off type of the hand. So I think we can shove here. I don't think if we shove like king jack is not calling, and we can shove like nines here also. I think nines are shove, okay shove here, but we can even call. I think it's like 50-50. If we shove here, it would be also okay play. We need to have 20% equity here, so I made a call. We have equity, it's not problem. On the turn when ace hit, I think ace hits him very well. We have like ace queen there. That's the ace queen is like only ace that we have, and ace 10 suited. And with ace 10 suited, I will check behind the turn probably. And with ace queen, it's so strange that he's like checking. I mean, he has like jacks, queens and kings that he's checking the turn with, so he has ace king, and he will protect his range with aces, which what he did. So when he checks, I don't see, we have some of the a6, but we can even check like some of the ace queens here. We can shove some of them and we can check some of them. That's the reason I check behind, because I felt we can see the 4-bet pop-up here if we have some. Okay, so he's not even like c-betting very often in 4-bet pots. And he did, this is his first c-bet with aces. And we didn't have hot stats there. So I know this guy is nitty, and when he's like c-betting, he's probably, now when we see his c-bet frequencies, he's maybe not c-betting even ace king here. Maybe he's checking ace king. But when he c-bets and checks here, he will have also jacks, queens and kings for sure. And when the river hit and we check behind and we are on the river, I just don't see how can I check behind here. I mean, he will have jacks, queens and kings, probably all combos. I think that he would bluff with king queen off, for example, or king jack off. He would bluff with that, for I'm really sure. And when he checks, like he has like slow plays and he has like jacks, queens and kings. We have nines here, and that is our like nines. We have nines here, and we have like ace 10 suited. That is 2 combos in this spot. So we have 2 combos of ace 10 suited. We have 3 combos of nines. So we have like 5 value combos with some of the ace queens that we didn't shove the turn on. So we have like maybe 9 value combos. And in this pot we need to have, we are betting 3/4 of the pot. So on that 9 value combos we need to have like we will calculate it. We need to have like it's 2/3 of the pot. It's like we need to have like 4 bluffs when we play like this hand. So for our nines and for our ace 10 suited, that some of the ace queen, we need to have 4 bluffs. And I'm looking what type of bluffs have most sense. I mean, do we want to bluff here with I mean, hand like queen jack of diamonds? We're gonna shove that on the turn. So, and it's like terrible bluff because we block the hands that would maybe fold like queens and jacks. So like, I mean, we can bluff sometimes with this, and I'm like I just can't like check this hand and go to showdown. It's just like I wouldn't be able to look at me at the face and say like I'm checking and I will never win a pot here. So I like, this is like the worst hand we can have. So and one more interesting hand was this, where we call triple barrel. I think I think, I mean, it's problem here that he can like shove, he can shove like, and he shoved here. He orbit shoved here. Oh wow, I just thought that it's normal size. Now when he's shoving, I mean, is he shoving ace queen or ace king here? Or he's like polarizing himself on tens, aces, and 7-8 here. Even now, I like the call even more. Now I like the call even more. He polarized himself, so we're gonna go to the overbet pop-up just to see his overbetting range. Okay, he bluffed here without equity, and his polarized range is okay, trips. We can say trips plus his polarized range. Trips plus and 2-pair plus. So he's repping like ace 10 suited, tens and aces on the river, and 7-8 suited. So he's repping, this is like 2 combos, 3 combos of aces. We have one for this 4 combos of value, 7 combos of value hands, and 11 combo of value. He's repping 11 combo of value, and we need to call this. He needs to have like 5.5 bluffs, like 6 bluffs maybe. And I think if he bluffs like king queen here, some of the time we are good to call with this, and we don't block his bluffs here. And it's interesting to see what will he do with 6-7. Is he going to check behind 6-7? I don't know that, but when he's like polarized like that, it would be like much worse call if he's like betting ace jack there. If he's like betting ace jack, then this is like a really mediocre call. It's still a call, but not so good call. Okay, and this was when we check raised the flop. When we check raised the flop here. Okay, we check raised the flop. And he called and he checked behind the turn. Okay, this guy like 3 bets ace 3 off. It's okay. I told you that his range is polarized, and I mean when we check raise here and he check behinds, I feel like we are. I don't think that he should check behind this, because what if the turn was like 7 of clubs? He would probably never check behind that type of the hand. So I think that he needs to bet here. But okay, he checked behind, and on the river I think we have value hand, because he will c-bets, he will c-bet here jacks, he will c-bet nines, he will check that behind, he will c-bet ace 5 suited, ace 4, ace 5 off, ace 4 off. We just have so much value on river, and he needs to shove here. He has like, I mean, I don't understand how can he not shove here. And if he shoved, I don't see myself folding that line, because he's then repping a slow place on the turn, and the 10-10. He's repping that and king 10, and he has polarized range, so he's probably calling king 10 and 3-betting stuff like that. So I mean, I would definitely call here. I would never fold on the river if he shot here. I mean, I don't see myself folding, just ever this high of my range when the turn is checked. Okay, another interesting was deuces here, where we just like get the donk on the river. I felt that this guy is repping 4x here, and I didn't even be sure if he's like betting the 4x here, because I mean we can have like straight, and I don't think that he will bet like 4x here. So in my mind I thought that he's like repping or hand like, I mean, both, and he had quads. But really strange play and fishy play for me. I don't know, is it good? I think he should check raise the turn for sure. Okay, this was interesting hand. We got double barrel here, and the guy triple barreled here, and he bet the river. He bet the river here on the smaller size, and and I immediately thought that this size doesn't have sense. I mean, if he's like betting straights plus, he needs to go with the bigger size. And I decided to bluff catch that because he doesn't have a lot of flush. Here is like a 9, which is really good. So his like flushes are just broadways and aces, not flushes, and that sizing doesn't have sense. And I thought that even he doesn't have a lot of straights because realistically he opens only 7 8 and 8 9, and I didn't thought that this type of the player will like bet 7 8 of hearts on the turn, or 9 8 9 of hearts. He did bet 8 8 here, so I was wrong here. But on the river I'm bluff catching here because he has like ace jack off, ace queen off, king queen off, and he has a lot of diamonds, and he's like betting really frequently, and he's double barreling really frequently, so he has like much more bluffs than value hands that bets this size. He just trapped what he has probably, and I didn't believe that he has a lot of 8x hands. And that's it probably about like king queen still here. That was like hand that we lost all in now. That guy had like ace something, ace 10, and this is the queen queen hand, and we were against ace king. Okay, and that's it. This is ace king hand, and we were against queen jack. I mean, this is like we 3-bet with a big size, and we have like less than a pot shove. I don't see what we can do here. I don't like to check here and like using my ace king as a bluff catch. I just shove here and that's it. I would shove like any hand. I wouldn't even check like jacks in this SPR. I would just go and shove. Okay, a7 here was a little bit bigger. Okay, a7 hand. Okay, we were like doing something there. Okay, we were checking there, and that's the okay. I thought that we were in the heads up. This is like c-bet 100% of the range, so this is mistake by me. Okay, I delay c-bet, and we saw that this guy has really bad call range against delay c-bets. Okay, and on the river I was checking, he was like betting really big, where he wrapped this straight, and I decided to call because I knew that he was like calling every pocket pair here, and he was turning it to the bluff. So okay, and this was cool hand. Okay, this was cool hand. This guy check called. I mean, this guy check called here, which is okay play. I would also check call this type of the hand. And on the river I decided not to bluff here because I didn't have stats on him and I didn't know his check call range on the turn. It's reasonable hand to give up, but also we have much worse hands than this, and if the club came, we would have like good bluff. And one more hand I would like to show is the hand I didn't be sure if we want to bluff on the river. Let's see, this guy 3-bet us, and I thought that he's like tighter. And when he checked here, we like stabbing here, and he's calling. I think that I thought like he doesn't check fold a lot, but I mean I immediately knew when the ace hit that ace will hit him. Okay, he would probably had ace queen and ace king all combos here, and I checked behind because of that. No, I didn't check behind. He stabbed the turn. I didn't see us anything about like calling here. And on the river we got the greatest river for the bluff, and when I see the hand now I think we need to shove here. Just because he has all combos of ace queen and ace king, and I know again we are in the spot where we have really strong hands, and we will have like here king jack, king queen, queen jack. We'll have all that hands, and all that hands are also bluffs in this spot. So if we are bluffing even ace highs and so strong ace highs, maybe we are bluffing too much. That's why I check behind, but because you got so many bluffs. We like have like a 10x as a bluff, like hand like we have like I don't okay, I don't call queen 10 against this type of the player. I don't call queen 10 off, but I call queen jack off, and I call king jack off, and I have king queen off. So that's like 48 combos of bluffs, of possible bluffs. Some of them have diamonds. When he steps, I'm calling also for sure with diamonds. And when we get such a good river, I mean, I think I thought that for sure our play, if we shout here, would pass, because we like have we would need to call on something, and he has like king of diamonds. It's terrible. This is terrible to have. I didn't know that he has king of diamonds, but in his shoes, just put yourself in his shoes, that he is like faced the shove on the river. I mean, this is like terrible spot to be. So I think that we should even exploitably shove there, because this player would probably fold that. I think that's it. Uh, I won't do anything more today. Thank you for being with me, and I'm just really happy that we can at least look forward to getting to 100 followers and 200 and 300 followers, and that's it for today. Thank you, and